Okay, so for the advanced lesson, we're going to talk about wrist rotation, club face direction, and tempo. I'll start with the club face direction. So there's a really neat little trick you can do with club face direction. If you're having a hard time, if you're seeing your ball flight is taking off slightly towards the left or towards the right, that can be from an overcompensation on your grip, from bending, like closing your forearms too tight or leaving them a little too open. So what I like to do, and a skill that or a little technique that's really fun is you just drop the club on the ground, and the way that the club face lies flat with the ground. So I'll reiterate that. We take the club face and we just lower that onto the ground with the shaft still in our hands. And the way that the club face wants to sit on the ground is the way that the face is made to impact the ball. So if we just let that rest on the ground, that'll be the club face direction we want to try. And try that for a few swings and just see how that works out. I think you'll be surprised with how straight your ball flight will come out from that position. Next, I'll talk about wrist rotation here. So in this video, I can see it pretty clearly. In this video, you can see watch right around where my watch is and this wrist here. As it's coming back, it's almost at a 90-degree angle already as soon as it starts coming back. And my arm's bending a little bit, but my club's pointing completely in the direction that I am facing, right? And as it comes through, my wrist's still at 90 degrees as it's passing my hip. And right when I'm about to make contact with the ball, that's when I snap this wrist over this one. So you see there's a little snap and I roll my wrist through the contact if the ball is right here. Snapping the wrist through contact. And then what I always want to see is this little X right after your wrists. So you snap the ball through contact, then you make an X with your wrists as the club face closes through impact. And then you can follow through and make sure you're balanced, right? Just like we talked about in the beginner lesson. Lastly, I'll talk about tempo. Tempo is a feel thing, just on if you do regular speed of a swing, it's making sure that you have pause and you're not rushing certain phases. It gives time for the shaft here to flex properly. It gives time for all of your micro movements to all flow properly. And it makes your swing more repeatable. Where if your swing is really fast and really sporadic, it's really hard to repeat that swing over and over again. And that's where you'll see added strokes on your scorecard. So here, if you have a little pause there, a little pause here, and you hold that finish, that builds a nice tempo. I hope the lessons helped. Thank you very much.